Alright, the US. So we know we're down a few cards, a few men. We've got some options. We can try to build back up our fire base. We could try to get these guys to range Chit 4. So I think previously I might have said relative range 4, but for the victory condition you actually got to get somebody to range Chit 4. So relative range is irrelevant for victory condition purposes for that. So we could try to move these guys up. They're going to face some tough opposition though. So that's a tough one. Again, we could try to bolster Group B by transferring guys from Group A. We could also try to move Group B over, make it Group C or Group D. It's called a lateral transfer, and then run them up the board. The challenge with that is that's a lot of movement. Okay, it's one movement card for each lateral transfer, and then it would be what, 3 forward, right? And right now we've got a guy who's pinned, so we can't move anyways. So, but that's another option. So let's see what our hand is going to point us in one direction or another. All right, we've got the 2 movement cards and a little bit of terrain. These guys can't move. Let's see what our firepower is right now at range 2. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's probably another 1. Oh, that looks like it might be. Let's flip him over for a second so we can see his front. Yep, he's got none. He's the one with the Thompson. Okay. All right. Tough decision. I think we're going to try to bolster our fire group a little bit, and you're going to get to see what a lateral transfer looks like. So, I'm sorry, an individual transfer. Now, these transfers make the person transferring very vulnerable. It's a +2. Okay, so and he gets fired on if the opponent fires on either group. Okay, so and if he gets pinned, the transfer is nullified. So usually ideal condition would be that a lot of people are pinned on the other side, which isn't the case with us. So we're just taking a risk. If we wanted to play more conservatively, we could just hang back actually and kind of wait and try to get that rally card. Maybe the smarter thing to do, but we're going to go ahead and try to do a transfer. Let's see who we've got here. So we would pick a person. Let's go with, let's see, what were their names here? Let's try to transfer Mick Elroy. Okay, so we announce that we're going to try to transfer him. To transfer, we play a move card straight to the discard pile. I'm going to discard this card. Alright. Mick Elroy is going to get a status. Actions, condition. There it is, transfer. And we kind of put him between the groups. Doesn't really fit between, but we'll know that he's transferring, okay? Alright. And our other group, that's this Group A's action. Group B could still do something. There's nothing they can really do, so we're just going to draw up. Let's see how this transfer works out. And the transfer chit itself is very small, but it does say, let me zoom in on it for you. It does say +2. And another good point that I didn't mention, you have to be at the same range. The groups have to be the same range to do this. So they're both at 1, so they can do this. But if they weren't, they couldn't do this. So, alright, German turn. Alright, ooh, we see that transfer. Ooh, look at this. We have some fire cards, not good for the Americans. Not good at all. So we've got a fire 5 and a fire 7. Let's see what kind of firepower we're working with again. So we're at range 2 with these guys. So let's see what we got. 2 is 6, 7, 8, 9. We were at 10, weren't we? So 10 there. So we could use either of those cards, but not both. And these gentlemen are at range 2, so relative range 3. So at 3 they've got 2, 4, 6, 7. So we have enough for both of them to shoot if we want to. Now, both shooting twice can be a great thing, because the first shot can pin people and the second shot can panic, rout, or KIA them. So it's a pretty juicy opportunity here that I think we're going to take advantage of. Too bad for the Americans. So, a recommendation I've read for the Crossfire is to use the smaller fire card first. And you can see the effect, and then you can decide whether or not you want to use the bigger one or wait. So, alright. So we're going to use the fire 5 here. And they're going to shoot at group B. So we're at 2 minus 2 puts us at 0. And the Americans have the chance to conceal. And they are absolutely going to play that conceal. It's going to put them at a -1. Another reason to play the small fire card first is just this. You can get the opponent, in this case the Americans, to play concealed cards, and they might not have one for the second shot that's actually bigger. So something poker playing kind of thing to consider too if you're the one getting shot at. Do I play it now? Do I save it for later? So we're going to make this -1. So that's going to be the fire strength here. Alright. And let's resolve it. Alright, so the first position actually, when there's a transfer, so this guy's really between the two groups, he is in the first position of this group. And he is at a +2 because he's transferring. So he is actually getting shot at separately, sort of with a fire strength of 1. So 1 plus 2 is 3. His morale is 3. He's pinned. He goes back to his group. And he is no longer transferring. Alright, let's keep going. Next position. So we're back at -1, -2. Next position. It would be +1. And he's morale 1. So he will flip. Next one is 0. -1 again. And last but not least, -1. Alright. So that's the resolution of that. Let's discard these. And let's do our second fire attack. Alright, it's going to be a fire 4 card. We're going to do it the same group, right? And we are, it's going to be 4 minus 2 for the woods is going to put us at 2. Again, Americans have no conceal, so they're going to decline concealment. So we're going to start with a 2. Let's resolve. Let me hide this. Okay. Alright, first one is 2 minus 4. Ooh, he got lucky. So -2. Second one, 2 minus 1. And his panic is 2, so he's okay. Third one, 2 minus 4. Another lucky one. Fourth one, 2 plus 3 is 5. So he's going to flip. And last one, 2 plus 1 is 3. And he's okay. Wow. So worked out pretty well for the Americans. So we're going to go ahead and discard all these. Okay. I say pretty well. The group still isn't looking great, but no KIAs, panics, or routes. So, alright. The Germans' turn is done. Well, not yet. We can discard. And it would be nice to get maybe one of these groups up into those hills, or even get, the brush card, guys in the brush here, into some woods, which is better terrain. I mean, if you think about it with entrenchments, woods are -3. So, rally all, I don't see us needing it anytime soon. So I'm going to go ahead and discard that one. And draw up. And it's going to be the Americans' turn.